Hello folks, today I'm going to be taking a look at Mantic Games Orc Booster Fleet for Armada. Okay, so taking a look at the Orc Booster Fleet for Mantic's Armada. It contains 4 resin miniatures. They do point out that 2 small sloops on a base is 1. So in actual fact you get 6 miniatures, but you know, they're only small. They don't count. You also get all of your cards you need and bases. Get the bases, 30mm square for the sloops, and then I think 30 by 7. Yeah, 30 by 70 for the line ships. Get your cards, which we'll have a look at in more detail later, and then you get bags of resin. So, once bitten, twice shy. I will not be opening these all up. What I will do is show you a sample and then clean them up and build them. So, sloop-wise, 4 are the same, fairly simple build. Good level of detail. Bit of damage on the back of this one. He's lost a couple of horns, which the others still have. I don't care, it's an orc ship. I'll clean that off as if it wasn't there. Then we have the Hammerfist. Bit of cleanup to do, bit of resin dust on it. So masks on. And then we have our driller as well. So, they will be multi-part resin kits, so masts, sails, and some parts, pieces of the hull, like the drill or that sort of thing, or cannons will need to be added separately. So, clean up, soapy water, and then bend anything that needs to be bent into shape, back into shape, and I shall return with all of these based and ready for action. I'm back then with the booster fleet assembled to a point. I haven't put these sails on because I find it easier to paint the ship itself and then attach the sails afterwards. So I still need to straighten these, and I need to also straighten out the kinks in the sails, either with a hairdryer or hot water. But we have our ships assembled, so right off the bat we have the Hammerfist, which is a main battleship and particularly good at ramming, Kelso Breeze with those massive fistings. We'll see, very handy for an orc fleet. We also have the Bloodrunner with the big drill on the front. Still has significant amounts of cannonage and some nice detail across the whole run of the ship. So the Bloodrunner, since this is exciting and new for the Orc Booster Fleet, it only has Ram 1, so gets +1 damage. It's a smaller ship than the Hammerfist, so not going to do as much damage on the way in. Move 4, nerve of 19, ship points of 26, CS of 3 for boarding. For 16 points, that's not bad. And again, still has cannon to the fore, aft, and a couple of heavies on both sides. So he's quite cute, but not as cute as the next ones. So, all that these needed was the sail on and the 2 spikes at the front, and the sails, unlike the others, come attached to the masts. So these will just be a case of putting them on when they're painted. I'll say there are some particularly small guns on these. If I bring in my pencil. There is actually a little resin triangle just under the gun barrel, which is a support strut for casting. You can remove them. If you do, make sure the model is warm / bendy and rubbery after a dunk in a bath, because that is very brittle and you will lose parts if you attempt to remove them. However, because of how they are based, which is on a 30 square, people will not be getting an up close and personal look at them. So I wouldn't be overly concerned when you've got both of these chugging along as to whether or not there's a small support below the cannon breech. However, they are a Rabble Squadron. They are a little support ship, only 6 points per base. Move 7, amazing, great, thank you. They'll be everywhere. Ship points of 10, they will fall over in a stiff breeze, and CS of 1 for their boarding actions isn't great, but they are rabble rousing. And for the Orcs, whenever anybody is attempting to board, they can count up any friendly ships within 3 inches that are Rabble Squadrons who haven't surrendered, and they can add +1 to their crew strength for boarding actions. So having little Rabble Squadrons donutting around your bigger ships when they're attempting to board is great. They don't need to do damage themselves. They do have one big gun right up front, but otherwise they should really be there to make sure that when your Bloodrunners or Hammerfists or the Smashers go in, that they do a big chunk of damage and then support in the boarding. So there we are. That is the Orc Booster for Armada. There we have it. If you need more rabble-rousing orcs, then this is the way to go. Combine that with the starter fleet and you've got a very solid orc beginning. And then, of course, the XL ships are now available as well, so you can really bulk that up and put a quite devastating orcish fleet on the tabletop. Let me know what you think of the orcs for Armada below. Until then, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.